Cowboy fans, we are in the danger zone. If the Dallas Cowboys win out, Jerry will be proven right. This little Frankenstein experiment he has, it will pan out right. That Jerry was right by not playing in free agency. Jerry was right by not doing trades. Jerry was right by not bringing in CeeDee Lamb early. Jerry was right about how he's done these contracts. Jerry was right about Trey Lance. Jerry is right about everything, y'all. If the Cowboys win out and they wind up going to the playoffs, there'll be no more complaining about Jerry Jones. Nobody will be able to complain about Jerry Jones again. We're watching what happened after 2 wins. Even the most staunch hating Jerry Jones fans, Dallas Cowboy fans, they've all just become quiet. And now everyone has these hopes of going to the playoffs. I'm telling y'all, this team goes to the playoffs with Mike McCarthy. For all you folk who want to get rid of Mike McCarthy, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. This team goes to the playoffs. They will be wherever Jerry lives in Dallas with pitchforks and torches. If Jerry Jones lets go of Mike McCarthy and he runs the table, get in the playoffs, and Lord forbid he mess around and win 1 or 2 of them. Jerry Jones, he'll keep doing foolishness. He'll keep doing it the way he's doing it. He'll change nothing. He'll keep doing it the way he's doing it. Mike McCarthy, he'll be here to stay for another 3-4 years. He'll be here to stay for the rest of Dak's tenure, and there'll be nothing anybody can do about it because everybody will fall back on this season. How could you fire Mike McCarthy? And I tell you this, Mike McCarthy wins out, takes this team to the playoffs. Jerry might be in a bidding war for Mike McCarthy because this will be his greatest hat trick yet, to take this team with Cooper Rush, with all the injuries they had. They turn this thing around, go on a 6-game, a 7-game winning streak, go into the playoffs. What if they win? I mean, there's just no way to me they're going to beat a team like Detroit or the Eagles. But what if they get in? And what if they make it a game in the first game? What if they go into the second one and lose? Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones will both be untouchable in this franchise. And Jerry will never change nothing that he's doing. He won't have a sense of urgency to go in the draft, to do something in free agency, to make a couple of trades. He'll never do any of those things. This is the danger of what we are watching. And there's another issue. If this team goes to the playoffs, wins 7 straight games, Cooper Rush, this fan base will literally implode. It'll implode. The Dak haters will be so loud, you'll never be able to quiet them down. You'll never be able to quiet them down. Dak will have to go to the Super Bowl and literally play offense and defense to win it in order to quiet this fan base down. People will talk about for years how dumb the Dallas Cowboys were for signing Dak Prescott when Cooper Rush was better all along, which the NFL knows that Cooper Rush is not better. They all know it. The argument that some keep making is that the team plays better. I disagree. Because we could actually be saying that about all of their starters. Are they playing better without Ferguson? Are they playing better without Zach Martin? Are they playing better without Trayvon Diggs? I mean, they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers without Micah Parsons. I mean, we got to be very careful saying that stuff. But what happens is sometimes teams, they buckle down more when they have less. I keep telling y'all, limitations is the creator of limitations breeds creativity. It does. It births creativity. But I'm telling us, everything this fan base has been complaining about, if the Cowboys, against all odds, because I'm still not buying it and I'm not believing it. A lot of people think this team is on the upswing. We better be very careful. As much as we say all these games are winnable, all these games are losable. All of them. The Bengals, 6.5 points favorite, 6.5 point favorites, I think. Carolina, we're not favored hardly a lot of points over them, and you better believe we're going to their stadium. Carolina Panthers are going to give book it. The Carolina Panthers are going to give the Dallas Cowboys the game of their life. They're going to give them the game of their life. The Buccaneers, they're in playoff contention. The Buccaneers are going to give the Dallas Cowboys the game of their life. You better believe it. And then after that, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who look like more than likely they're going to be playing for the number 1 seed. Then we're going to play the Washington Commanders, which they may already have the 7th seed sold up by the time they play the Cowboys. They may actually treat that as a bye week. But if they needed to get into the playoffs by some weird reason, every last one of these games that the Cowboys have going forward, they're all losable. They're all losable. And so for me, I think what we need to do, and I like something that Jerry Jones did say, and I think and I hope everyone has the same attitude, one game at a time. Cincinnati is going to be a true test. They got weapons. It'll be a good evaluation for who we have right now. It'll be a good evaluation. And then we just go game to game. And then if it comes down at the end that it is what it is, then it is what it is. But I'm telling you, I know it's not going to happen. But if it was to happen, boy, this fan base, woo, and the media, it would be bonkers out there it'd be bonkers out there for the Cowboy fans who like the team and Dak. It'll be total chaos and disorder out there. It will, and the media go crazy. Marvin says if Jerry wants talent to come to Peoria, Illinois, basketball and football, yeah. Jenny says that's why I like you, Nisi. Nisi said, remember when Bradford was quarterback for Philly and played us, he was Bambi. I remember Bradford. He was a rich Bambi, but yeah, boy, that boy Bradford couldn't stay up, man. Cooper Rush fans believing in fool's gold. Tony Simmons, they think this man finna take us to the Super Bowl. Quarterbacks are getting paid for what they are about to do. Yep, that's true. That's true, but they finna put a kibosh on that. Rose said you can book it. Jerry gonna do something or say something stupid. That's true, for real. Robert says, I'll get back to you next Tuesday on that one. Man, I'm telling you, boy, this Cincinnati game gonna be exciting, boy. It's gonna be an exciting game. Tony says Jerry hasn't been right for 30 years. Nope. Ever since he made that deal with the devil. He said, you give me one more. He thought it was making it with God. I don't believe he made it with God. He made a deal with the devil. He said, you give me one more. I never asked for another one. Okay. He gave you one under Barry Switzer. It won't be under you on the next one. You're going to give it to somebody else. Who ain't going to complain about Jerry? We still need to be on it, man. I'm telling you, this dude done won some games and people loving him. Cooper Rush has his own fan base that love him. Boy, you right, Jay Recruiter. That man has a cult following. Marvin says, is Jerry Jones right about everything the Dove did? I respect as long as Jerry Jones GM, he never won another Super Bowl. Nope. And the fans is going to quit coming to the games. And you know what, Marvin, I would say that. But them same fans who said that, the moment they beat the Commanders, they packed out the stadium on Thanksgiving. And then walked out talking about we going to the playoffs after beating a sorry team. Gabe said when ESPN talked to that linebacker Benito from the Broncos after the win, he said it's one game at a time. That sounds like Sean Payton coach got to me. Yep, for sure. Rose says, but we knew that Dallas had a weaker schedule moving into the latter part. That's what they were trying to make it to. They were hoping they could be 500 or better, maybe 6-4 by the time they got around this area, because they knew they could make a run. Dak would pretty much destroy all these teams that's coming up. All these teams that's coming up, Dak would eat on them. I think he would have some problems with this Philadelphia Eagle team this year, but the rest of them, Dak would eat on them. He'd have to get in a shootout with Burrow because Burrow gonna be Burrow. 70s fan said, I heard that when the Cleveland Browns gave Winston the fully guaranteed $231 million, the NFL didn't like. Boy, you better believe it when they gave Watson to me. I meant Watson. They didn't like it. And they definitely, now that they done made Dak the highest paid, they gonna get on this on the offseason. Jay Army says Jerry will be right, but you can't lose on purpose or quit. So even if Dallas makes the playoffs, you can't make the coach or team stop trying and just quit. I want Jerry to be wrong, but we can't do nothing. Nope. You can't tell him to do it. You can't. Where's the Twilight Zone music if that happens? X-Files 2. You know what? I was using that, and they started copywriting me. So I had to stop using it. Tony Simmons, when you start out by firing Tom Landry, you know it's a problem. And have you noticed what Jerry has been doing lately? He's been referencing Tom Landry. I thought that was interesting. But that's also be fair as well, G. Injuries have crushed this team all season. Yep, Jerry didn't anticipate the injuries. Starting in the preseason, minicamp, training camp, we lost players. We're talking good players, but Mike's still good. But Mike still got to go.